Hey Nick, how do you think you played, and what do you get out of a match like that, considering the kind of player that he is?
What do you mean?
With his big serves and just,
okay.
you know,
I thought you were taking a dig at him or something.
No way. Yeah.
I mean, look, he probably had the best year of his career last year. Obviously, he won Most Improved Player, obviously feeling very confident, won some big titles last year. I mean, the Basel event's always stacked, so he beat some amazing players there. And you know, I obviously went into the match not understanding, you know, how he played. I already knew that he liked to hit 2 first serves, but, you know, props to him. He's found what works for his game style, and he's committed to that, and he's going to do some damage for sure. He's going to have a long career. He's got an easy action on his serve, so there was no real dips in speed or anything like that. So for me, honestly, it was a great match. Considering I hadn't played in 18 months, and to put myself in a winning position was exciting, and it was just good to be back out there and to say that, you know, I can still play a level against someone like that who's coming off the best year of their career and only getting better and confident. And I've come back and I asked the question, and he just played a couple big points better than I did. And yeah, I felt you know, relatively pretty good physically. My legs, my body felt really good. I felt fit, and you know, I'm in great shape. But I obviously felt some discomfort with the wrist. I mean, he does serve and hit the ball a lot bigger than probably some of the people that I've practiced with in the last year. But you know, there's no hiding. You know, once you commit to playing like that, you got to be ready. And I'm relatively really happy with how it went. You know, if I had to win that match, I'm honestly not sure if I'd be able to play my second round. So there's positives, but there's a lot more work to do. But yeah, I mean, props to him. He's a hell of a player. And yeah, I mean, I've played, you know, Karlovic, Isner, all the, you know, Raonic, all the big servers, and he's got the biggest serve by far. So yeah, that was interesting, and it sucked.
Your serve was on too, though, particularly the third set. Have you had to change your technique at all with your wrist to sort of project it, or is it pretty similar?
I don't really change my technique. I change my forehand a little bit from time to time, depending on how my wrist feels. Yeah, and I think, you know, my serves, if I didn't feel like I could serve at a high level and as well as I did today, I probably wouldn't even bother trying to come back. My serve is such a big part of my game, and it revolves around, and I thought I hit my ground strokes amazing today as well. You know, I definitely feel like I'm a lot more comfortable at the back of the court and complete player than the big fella that I played today. But I mean, he just served remarkably on big points, and yeah, props to him. Like, only a couple points in it. He could have easily, you know, been me in the second round, but that's just tennis. You know, I'm not going to let it bother my mood over 2 or 3 points with someone that's so confident and me coming back. So it was overall a pretty good performance.
You needed a little bit of treatment at the end of that first set on the arm. Is that just sort of getting used to playing at that level again?
Well, I mean, look, I've got 6 holes in my hand. Like, I've got 6 holes in my hand and 1 in my arm. So, yeah, not one tennis player's ever had this surgery and come back and then tried to play again. So it's all really an experimental kind of... Yeah, the surgeon was like, if you ever go back and play at this level again, it's on you guys. Well, I don't really have any protocol of how it's going to be or how it's going to pull up. So me and my physio, I kind of just, we're taking it as it comes. You know, if we can get through a match, we can get through a match. And how it pulls up tomorrow, I have no idea. I mean, it's throbbing like shit right now. So we'll see. But yeah, I mean, look, I tried to, you know, I had a lot of adrenaline going through my body. The crowd was amazing today. I mean, I really appreciate everyone coming out. Full crowd, sold out for 2 days straight now. I definitely feel the love. And yeah, I didn't take it for granted. I don't know if I'll ever be back on that court again. Obviously, maybe for doubles. But, you know, when I was leaving today, I could definitely feel like it was special.
It really did look like you were enjoying it. Like, you know, even when the balls were whizzing past you at, 220 or whatever, there was I don't know, just a grin on your face, just thinking, you know, this is a battle. This is what you enjoy doing, right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I did miss the competition. You know, I compete every day, you know, whether it's a game on my phone or, you know, I love the competition. And look, I've given a lot to this sport, and everything that as that's come good in my life has come, you know, basically from this sport. So, yeah, like going out there again, playing a top player like that, super confident, even getting aced. You know, I was 4-2 down in the third set tiebreak, change of ends, and I was still, you know, smiling to myself and just like, you know, we're right, you know, in the heat of the battle where, you know, 18 months ago, if you asked me and my physio, like, and you know, my coach that's here this week, he was feeding me fluffy balls, like with my wrist. We were not expecting to be here playing again, and at such a high level. Like, we were literally a couple points from winning. So there's a lot of positives, but again, it gets how much do I want to take of the trauma on the body, the pain. I guess, you know, when I played majority of my career, I was playing pretty much pain free. You go out there for 2-3 hours, you'd enjoy the battle, and you would just focus. Where now it's like there's just constant pain in that wrist. So look, I'll definitely keep battling for a little bit, but yeah, it was definitely cool to be back out there.
Nick, just looking at the year ahead, yesterday Geordie Thompson was speaking about just how demanding a year on the circuit can be for players if you're really to push for your ranking, where you get like a 3-week off season.
Yeah.
Now you're back. Do you see yourself pushing beyond the mandatory requirements for a player to really push up as high as you can, or is work-life balance going to be a big priority for you?
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm not playing for ranking points. I've never played for ranking points as well. You know, I made the Wimbledon final being unseeded. So for me, there's no ranking goal for me personally. I'm sure people are going to be, you know, telling me, you know, you got to get ranking up. But for me, I haven't been thinking about that at all. It's more about just getting healthy, getting back playing, and enjoying, you know, the competition and coming back from the injury I had. Yeah, and back to what Tomo says, yeah, the tour is ridiculous comparatively to any other sport. It's absurd, really. The amount of travel we do, considering we don't even get paid what we're supposed to get paid as well, which is a joke. Yeah, it's a tough sport, you know, especially if you're from Australia. You don't see your family, your friends for 6-7 months, 8 months if you're playing a full schedule. Yeah, I mean, you look at guys like Medvedev towards the end of last season, like returning with the other side of his racket. Like, you got guys like that are starting to lose their mind a little bit because the season's just too long. And he's super disciplined. Like, yeah, it's just, I mean, I don't know. The season's way too long. I'm sure everyone can agree with that one.
Last questions?
You were saying that your wrists, you know, throbbing after the match today. Did you feel any strain after yesterday's match, or was it just different today because of the pace?
No, yesterday's match definitely. I mean, I felt like I'd been hit by a bus yesterday after doubles. To be honest, I was on the treatment table for an hour and a half before bed. But we know that that's how it's going to be. I haven't played, like, even doubles. You just can't replicate like the match pressure, the nervous energy, and you're returning. Like, these guys are professionals. Like, the doubles guys yesterday, I mean, they were serving massive, you know, it's still, you know, reflexing volleys. So for my wrist, it's all new ground now. And today's another building block, I think, in the journey of, you know, I went from, like, literally practicing with people unranked in Canberra to versing the biggest server in the world, like, well, in a week. So there was no, like, gradual, or maybe I'll play, you know, Rinky Hijikata, have a couple rallies and get into it. It was like, here's the biggest server on the planet. Let's just see how your wrist goes. So, yeah, I think tomorrow it's going to be a bit of a rough day for my wrist, to be honest. It's very sore at the moment, but I mean, we're expecting that. So I'm going to do all the right things, and I'll be playing doubles for sure.
Does it feel like for you, like, adjusting just to a new reality in the way that you have to play, the way you have to recover now compared to how you used to play?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I used to abuse being youthful in this sport and not do any cool down or anything like that. So I guess it's biting me in the ass right now, but I wouldn't change it. I had a lot of fun when I was a young one.
Mark, what do your days look like with Will? Is he just working overtime on your phone?
Yeah, we laughed about it. We literally do like 3 to 4 hours of physiotherapy a day. And like, I wouldn't have had the career without Will. Like, he was in my team, like, he's been in my team for almost 10 years, like 8 to 10 years now. And it's just been gradually getting more and more. Like, towards the start of my career, it was like, we do a little, like, 45 minutes, see how you wake up, we'll be all right. Like, anything that's niggling. But now it's like hour beforehand, hour and a half after. And then, like, it's just a constant, yeah, it's a constant, just, we have to do it, otherwise I just won't be able to play. Like, my entire body now will need physio like every other player, but this wrist alone will probably need an hour to 2 hours a day on it. So that's just what it is. I mean, he's here for the journey, and he's been part of the ride as well. He's seen it, and he's been such a big part of me and motive. Like, he's been coming into the gym with me, conditioning, you know, coming to on court. He's barely missed a session, so he's seen the progression, but he also understands, like, it's laughable in the sense of how much my wrist needs now just to go out there and play a first round. Yeah, it's a lot.
you're obviously just thinking Australian Open, but I don't know if you're too far beyond that.
Yep.
But you, French Open, those sorts of things.
Oh.
I know French Open tennis tournament, you haven't
Yeah.
played any past, are you seeing around that?
I guess, like, I mean, I'm commentating the French Open, so I'll have to be there. But, yeah, I don't know, like, I think I was, like, really excited for the Oz Open, but after today, it's like, obviously I'm super excited. If I'm able to play, I'm able to play, but, like, the reality kind of set into me today, like, that's a best-of-3 match with my wrist, and if I'm able to, like, not only is a Grand Slam mentally, like, really draining, like that you're there for 2.5, 3 weeks. It's like physically a grind. Like it's arguably one of the hardest things to do in any sport is win a Grand Slam in men's tennis. So I think I almost need a miracle, and I need like the stars to align for my wrist to hold up in a Grand Slam for sure. You know, today if this was a Grand Slam, we may still be out on court, and I don't know how I would pull up the next day or the day after. So yeah, that's kind of the reality setting in. But look, I'm just so happy to be part of the Australian summer again, and hopefully my partner, you know, continues to play the doubles here. It'd be fun, but I completely understand if, you know, he wants to prioritise the singles. But I'm keen to see what happens around the Australian Open.
If I can ask just one more, just what does the next week and a half look like? I mean, let's say the doubles, you finish up tomorrow, for example. What do you do in the week and a half to get ready? Yeah,
I'll probably go home to Canberra for a couple of days. I will see my dog. That's the first thing I want to do. And then I'll just, I'll see how my wrist pulls up from all the load of this week, and just, first of all, that's the priority. If it feels good, we start building back up on the tennis court, start going back to work, and then, we go, because we'll head to Melbourne. I've got a couple of things to do there. And then, I really, that's it. I don't have any plan after the Australian Open, tennis-wise, to be honest. But I was just, I'm really confident I could play the Australian Open. It's just depending on how my body is, how much tennis I can play. So, I guess that's what I'll do. I'll just go home for a couple of days and then get ready for the Open.